Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your hostess, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So we have, if you haven't heard, this has been going around, going viral. A homeless single mom with 4 children met some tragedy because 2 of her 4 children passed away from what appears to be hypothermia. And so hopefully this don't get demonetized or nothing, because news stations like to pull that as well. But we're gonna let it play because I need y'all to see these people as well as hear them. So here you go.
To us tonight after learning 2 of his kids died from exposure to the cold in a casino parking lot.
Yesterday, 7 News Detroit reporter Darren Cunningham spoke to the mother of those 2 kids about the tragic situation.
Yesterday, I woke them up to wake them up from school. My son wasn't moving. And I kept saying, Freddie, please get up. Please.
Well, tonight, Darren is getting the father's side of this story, hearing about the moment he learned 2 of his children had passed away.
Darnell Curry Sr. wiped away tears while talking with me about his children, Darnell Jr. and Amelia, and the distressing phone call he says he took from their mother, Tatiana Williams, on Monday.
I went to the gym. As soon as I got on the treadmill, she called saying, can I make it to the hospital right now? They gone. I was hoping it was a sick joke, but it wasn't.
According to Detroit police, 9-year-old Darnell Jr. and 2-year-old Amelia died while sleeping in a vehicle at the Hollywood Casino at Greektown parking garage. Investigators say the cause appears to be hypothermia, a tragedy stemming from homelessness.
I tried. I asked for help. I asked everybody, even people out of state. But I tried. I tried to keep hotels. I tried to pay people to stay there. It wasn't working for me. You know, people just didn't like too many kids at their house.
I spoke with the children's mother Tuesday evening. She told me she's been living in her vehicle for 3 months, along with her 4 kids, her mother, and 2 teenage siblings. She says she reached out to Curry, who's the father of 3 of her children.
I asked him, I said, can you get your kids for me? I said, I need help. You know I'm homeless. I kept a room this long. I couldn't keep it no more.
They were homeless. Had Tatiana ever reached out asking to?
No, she did not. All she said was, can I get them? Can I get them just to get them? And can I get them because y'all homeless? That's 2 different things.
She said she had been homeless for 3 months.
That's what I saw, about 3 months, but she ain't never said nothing to me. Nothing. So all them other sob stories, they can cut all that. No, she did not.
Curry, who lives in Novi, says Williams never specified why she wanted to drop their kids off to him.
She just asked, can I get them for a couple of days? But I told her I'm working and all that, and I'm out here. We're not close to each other, so I couldn't. But she knows all my family is right around the corner from her.
Did she reach out to any of your family?
No, she did not. And she knows she could have, like we always used to do.
He says the last time he held his children was a month or 2 ago, and that they typically FaceTime, moments he will miss.
And there's a police investigation into this. What is it you would like to see come of this? Obviously, nothing's going to bring back your 9-year-old and your 2-year-old.
It doesn't even matter to me. Can't get them back, so it's whatever.
Darren Cunningham, 7 News Detroit.
No, you cannot get them back. Our heart aches for this family. I mean, there's so many people reaching out, trying to help. And I would just say, I mean, to anybody in our community, if your children are cold, and go inside somewhere, beg for help if you can, so nothing like this ever happens again.
And as I learned today, there are shelters in those kind of situations, even if it's not ideal.
Speaking to us tonight after learning 2 of his kids.
So, shout out to This Might Be Risky, Hamp had an interesting conversation and panel about this particular situation, and of course, people had their opinions and things of that nature. So if you want to check out a deep conversation with a lot of people's different opinions, I suggest that you go on over there and watch that panel. But here is my take. There were a string of failures, as it almost always is, to get to this point, right? Because here you have a homeless family, essentially. This woman had 4 children. 3 of those children belonged to that man that was being interviewed. But along with her 4 and herself was her mom and 2 teenage siblings. So that's like 8 people in a van, living in a van. Now, she said some key things. She said, sometimes I try to get a room. Sometimes, I try to pay people to stay. The first thing that I want people to understand is that homelessness is where you don't have a place to stay. It's not always 100% of the time y'all are in the elements. People live in their cars. Sometimes people will get up enough money to, get into a little motel or something just to sleep in a bed, just to try to wash themselves, and things of that nature. And so homelessness is basically from pillar to post. There's no stable place. There's no place that I can say is mine and I got a key to. They said that she went to a casino in the covered parking lot. Now, there is a lot of speculation as to why she was in a casino's parking lot and I watch enough like car living like videos and people that kind of vlog it and things of that nature to know that if you're really full-time living in your car, you can't necessarily just park anywhere. The police, if no one else, will sometimes bother you and like shoo you away. They won't necessarily arrest you, but they'll shoo you away from that place. They won't let you, or other people will start seeing that you come to this place. And if they see people in the car, they may bother you, maybe not. So I understand going to a covered parking garage because it's less likely that people will notice that you're there. Now, some people had thought about maybe she was in there trying to gamble and get some money or whatever the case may have been. I don't know. But what we do know is that 2 children are gone. We know that it happened under this woman's watch. We know that there were 2 women that were homeless together, her and her mom, with those children. I believe her when she says she called him because he says she called him as well. So he didn't deny that she called him. I also believe that she may have been vague about it because I've seen this a lot. When these women that have these children and have custody of them, they don't like to come out and say flat out, I don't got no place for these kids to be. You got to come get them. Or somebody got to come get them. Because I ain't got nowhere. You may not have to come get me, but you need to come get them. Okay? I'll do whatever I got to do. But I need to know that my children are somewhere. Okay? Safe and secure and warm and get something to eat and laying somewhere. I need to know that. As a mother, it was her duty to be clear about that. I didn't mean to do let the commercial play. But as a mother, it's your duty to swallow your pride and swallow whatever it is that you think people are going to think about you, because they're going to talk about you. You are going to be a bum. They are going to look down on you. Family going to look down on you. Friends going to look down on you. The baby daddy might look down on you. He going to talk about you too. Your mama with you. His mama might talk about you. Ain't nobody going to like you. Okay? Nobody's going to like you. But despite that, you got to swallow that and say, you got to take them. You got to take them. Tell that man it's either you be uncomfortable for a while or you can visit them at the medical examiner's office. Which one you want to do? Because they are in Detroit and it get cold. It get cold. See, if y'all ain't from the Midwest, if y'all are not from Chicago and Detroit, it is cold. It is cold. All right? It's not a game. People pass away every winter when it get into them deep chills. Homeless people will die. They die. Hypothermia is real. That hawk coming off that Lake Michigan is not to be played with at all. It freezes over and it's a wrap. If you outside at all, you are in danger. I don't care what kind of coat, I don't care what kind of blanket, I don't care what you have. Getting caught being homeless without no place to be in that hawk, you're numbered. You're numbered. You numbered. Days numbered. And you got to call him and say, you want to go to, do you want them to inconvenience you? Or do you want to be inconvenienced the other way by having to come down and identify him at the medical examiner's office? And if he try to act like he don't know what you're talking about, say it again. But I can definitely believe that she didn't make that crystal clear due to shame, due to guilt, due to possibly not wanting him to know the desperation of the situation so that he'll take them and have full custody of them. Y'all got to let that go. Y'all got to let that go. I don't want them to take my kids. You're not in a good enough space to have your children. The court will reconsider custody when you get up on your feet properly and you prove to the court that you are competent and that you have the financial means and a place to stay and a steady job and steady income and things of that nature, and ask the court to revisit custody so that you can at least have joint. But all of that, you can't swallow your pride and you don't want nobody to think that you are a bum and and all this other stuff that you scared that people going to say about you. They already saying it. Assume the worst. Assume that they are dragging you through the mud. Assume it, because they probably are. And you probably ain't going to never be able to redeem that image in their eyes. But I'd rather have a bad image in their eyes than have to bury my 2 kids. Because I couldn't bear whatever it was that had me not having my children, even if you had to separate them. You keep 2. You keep the other ones. And I can believe it when she said people just don't want all them kids in their house. I believe that. Everybody, just because you go to them and it's children involved, they don't always just say yes, because we don't know what the dynamics is in other people's house. So maybe they can't have children in their house, or maybe they, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be. And most of the time, people just don't feel obligated to take care of kids that's not theirs. Because if she's in that situation, she ain't just dropping them off for a minute. They need to be there. Y'all got to stop that. Y'all chicks be getting down bad with them kids, and you will drag them kids through that. You can't do that. If the father is that much of a deadbeat that they can't go to him or he don't want them, after you tell them, hey, you either take them or bury them, which one you want to do? And if he say, screw them kids, well, then you know where he stand. Ain't no use in talking to him no more. Take him somewhere else. Take him somewhere else. Take him to the fire department. Take him to the police department. Take him to the hospital. I can't do it. Y'all gotta take him out. I know you don't want to give him up, but the alternative is them being dragged through whatever you gotta put them through, because they going through whatever you going through. They going through whatever you going through. So I can see her calling him and saying, come get him, without necessarily saying, you gotta have them because I can't have them. Okay. And, he may not have known the gravity of what's happening, but if they've been homeless 3 months and you've talked to your children in the last 2, you got to ask them questions. What y'all eat today? What y'all do today? Where y'all at? Y'all all right? Y'all this, y'all that? Kids gonna tell it even if they don't want to tell it. Kids gonna tell it even if they don't want to tell it. Kids gonna tell it if you tell them not to tell it. Because if you keep them talking, they gonna start telling it. Shoo, the mama, if you keep her talking, she gonna tell it. Keep her talking, and as much as she don't want to tell you what's going on, it's gonna be clues and all kind of little stuff she's saying that don't add up to nothing good. So you would have to use your inference to say, this don't sound right. But I definitely can see her not telling him, we're homeless, you gotta get your kids. Because like I said, y'all will drag them kids through whatever y'all going through. Paying no mind to the trauma and the problems that the kids have to go through, all because you don't want nobody to call you a bum. And they, like I said, they done already called you a bum, baby. They done dragged your name through the mud, baby. Your name is mud in the family. You might as well get over that. They done already called you a bum bee and a no good mama and a this, that, and the third. They done already did it. So you got to say to kids, though, be the no good mama, but hand somebody your kids. Don't let them go through that. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host, is the Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.